Right then. Oh yeah, it's muggy out here. Sensational Saturday morning check-in, but I guess it's not going to be so sensational unless you like severe thunderstorms. That's what's headed my way. Yeah, pulled up the radar. A big, nasty-looking blotch of red. Not good. Got myself Kenny's mix. Ooh. Made my own mix. Yeah. All I did was take my vapor blend that I bought and pour in the rest of a bag of the maple syrup aromatic to give it some sweetness and a better room note. That's all I did. Combined 2 half bags together. Ooh, I'm a custom tobacco blender. Now, I was playing around with that for a while though when I was heavy into the pipe hobby. But no. Speaking of pipe hobby, I think I'm going to be adding. These damn geese, get off my lake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 15 of these lake polluting shit machines just landed on my lake. Anyway, yeah, I was poking around on one of the high-end tobacco pipe websites, pipesandcigars.com, and I was looking at their pipes that they're selling, and I found a Italian Brebbia nose warmer, they call it. It's a short, stubby little pipe. It's about 4 inches long. And they call them nose warmers because they sit so close to your nose and they keep your nose warm in the winter. But that's perfect because you can tuck it in a pocket. It's not some great big long thing like this that's hanging out of your mouth. You know, if you're working out in the shop, it's, yeah. And they're really, this particular one is on sale, normally 100 something for 60 bucks. Might pull the trigger. Because I don't have a nose warmer that I used to have one. I used to have 2 of them, but I used them so much I wore them out. I had to throw them away, so I'm due for another one. But anyway, so it's Saturday here. There's a squall line headed our way, and my plan was to go to the turd and work on the turd. Yeah. But, you know, back in the day when I was living at the turd and we would get these major squall lines that would come through with the possibility for severe weather, tornadoes, whatever, straight line winds, all you did was hear me talk about how worried I would be because I live in a Kleenex box. The trailer, it's a Kleenex box. I don't have a basement. I don't have a place to run to if the shit hits the fan. A couple of times I actually bailed out. Yeah, so that's not the place to be. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, so if I don't go down there, it's bugging the hell out of me because tick-tock goes the clock, right? Pretty soon it's going to be winter, and I'm going to have the furnace running in that joint to heat the joint to keep the pipes from freezing. Ka-ching, ka-ching, money that I don't have. I do have a lot of inside work I could do there. I could finish putting all the hardware on all the cabinet doors. I could mount the cabinet doors to the cabinets. I could keep working on the trim up around the top. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to be there. Um, if there's going to be severe weather. At least here I have a basement. So the same squall line is supposed to hit here as well. Yeah. Shit's supposed to hit the fan pretty hard around 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It'll be a good test for the current rock glue job that I did on the driveway, that's for sure. Speaking of rock glue, my 1-gallon jug is ready for me to pick it up at Home Depot down in Central, but I'm not going down there. I don't know what Mia talks in riddles. Mm-hmm. And she's developed a new problem. Everything I say, if I try to employ my sense of humor of being a smartass, I'm cutting her down. Stop cutting me down. One of these days you're gonna learn how to speak to me or something like that. I'm like, what the F? I finally went off on her last night. I says, you need to realize my sense of humor and stop being so sensitive. Don't be a limp wrister. And freaking, not everybody's out to get you. Holy shit. I even told her, I said, ask your therapist the next time you have a conversation. Give her an example of something I say that you take as me cutting you down, and ask your therapist what she thinks of that statement. I guarantee the therapist will say, relax. He's just teasing you. He's giving you shit. She's not used to being around people who have a good sense of humor and tease in a lighthearted, jovial, fun kind of way. Yeah. This is one of the reasons she developed a calendar with red check marks on it back in the day and walked out of the situation magically 2 weeks prior to the grandson coming and living with her from Florida. Guess what's looming in the current foreground? Her dad. Mm-hmm. He has kidney cancer. He's not getting any treatment for it. He's got problems with his condo out west. He has to move out while they do the repairs. What if Daddy Warbucks decides to come live with Mia while the house is being worked on? What if Daddy Warbucks needs in-home care, and you know what I mean? I offered this place up to him. I don't talk to him. I've never met him, talked to him, or anything. Never even seen a picture of him, actually. While his condo out west was being renovated, oh yeah. I told Mia, I said we could scramble and get a bedroom ready, and he could fly here on the Learjet and hang out here for a month or two while his place is being worked on. Mm-mm. He's not coming to Wisconsin. It's too cold for him. Anyway, so I don't know what she's doing this weekend, but she doesn't tell me whether she's coming to hang out with me or not. Right. She stood up to her boss, the Amish Mafia. They exploit and take advantage of people. They're users. Mm-hmm. So she worked for them all week, daily. She was home at night. But then they sprung on her yesterday. They wanted her to drive the son and his wife to Nebraska for the day. It's a 12-hour run from my house to Nebraska. Mm-hmm. She said no. And then there was the other option they were going to go to was Indiana. There's family, distant family in these areas, and these people wanted to go visit because they're selling vitamins, and they wanted to make sales pitches to these people and sign them up for a reoccurring vitamin program. So they wanted Mia to drive them all the way to Nebraska or all the way to Indiana, sit there for 2 hours while the people did the presentation, turn around and deadhead back. It's a 12-hour run one way. Meanwhile, the Amish people, they're maintaining their normal schedule, life schedule. They sleep on the way down. They get there, they do their thing, they whatever, they're awake during the day, and then they sleep in the van on the way back. Meanwhile, Mia is running 24 hours without a normal sleep pattern. And she's the one with lupus. She's the one with cancer. She's the one, you know what I mean? What the F? The Amish Mafia used to have about 12 drivers. And each driver is assigned to a family. A husband, wife, kids. So instead of having a horse and buggy sitting out in the yard, strapped to a fence, the Amish Mafia has a Uber driver on call, almost 24/7. And that's where they exploit you. They expect you to work weekends, holidays, any time of the day or night. You're supposed to sit there and not have a life yourself and wait for their call. Oh, the wife needs to run into town to go to Dollar General. She needs a ride. You're supposed to jump in your own car, drive out to the farm, pick them up in their van, and take them to Dollar General, bring them home, and then go home yourself and continue to sit and wait. Oh, the husband decided he needs to go to Home Depot to get some stuff. That's this job. It's like a rich person who has a live-in driver or butler, except the individual's not living on the premises in servants' quarters where they're easily accessible at any given moment's notice. Warm up the car, Stanley. I gotta go into the, So Mia told him no. She said, I have plans and I can't break them. Who knows what those plans are? But she just got done driving 20 hours nonstop back from Florida for these ungrateful miscreants. And now they want her to do it again. And they're starting to do that piggyback thing again, where she drives for the boss's family, and then all of a sudden one of the other families needs her to haul them into town for something, and she's done driving by 1, 2 in the afternoon for the family, and then the other family needs a driver, so they contact her boss, and then her boss tells her, well, can you drive Ingrid into town? She has to go to the grocery store or whatever. That's called piggybacking. And the way it used to be was Mia got paid one rate, one amount for the day's work, no matter who she drove for. So that other member of the family, the extended family, got driving services for free under the payment from Mia's boss. She finally stood up to that, put a stop to that, so when that sort of thing happens, the other family has to pay her another $50. But the whole thing is they just use, exploit, and run people ragged. And Mia's starting to see it. All the other drivers have seen it, and they have quit. The Amish Mafia can't keep drivers on the payroll because, number one, they don't pay them good enough. Number two, I told Mia last night, I said, just think if you were getting hourly, if they were paying you by the hour, oh, you'd be doing pretty good. But they'll never do that because the Amish realize how expensive that would be. And they like the ability to have a driver at their beck and call whenever they want them, but only have to pay one flat amount for the day. And it's low. She told me the boss was waxing philosophical. I remember back in the day when I used to work for $5 a day or something like that. I don't know why nobody will work for whatever. And I told her, I said, you should have looked at him and said, yeah, how much was a gallon of milk back in that day? Sure as hell wasn't $5 a gallon like it's approaching now. Cost of living. These people have no concept because they don't live like we live. So She stood up to him and said no. So the only other remaining driver on the payroll, he got stuck doing it. Now, he's a nice guy. So, and here's another sneaky trick that the Amish do so that they can screw you over. This other driver, his dryer quit. So much cheaper to get it fixed. Come on. Probably a heating element. Probably something simple like a $3 thermostat popped. Dryer quit. So the Amish Mafia boss bought him a dryer. Trouble is, there was no communication as to what kind of dryer the guy needed. His setup is for electric dryer. The Amish boss goes out to Home Depot and buys him a gas dryer. What? Didn't they talk? Shows up with a brand new dryer. This is the mind games that they play. This is psychological, what's the term for it? I don't know, there's a term. So they pretend to care about you. When you're sick and you're not feeling well, they call you. How are you doing? How are you feeling? It's ulterior motives. That's what it is. So the reason they call you when you're sick, see how you're doing, is number one, to verify that you're actually sick. If you answer the phone, they know you're not faking it. Number two, they're trying to get an idea of how soon you'll be good to go and ready at their beck and call. But they do it under the guise, that they care about you and we're concerned for you. So the move that they did with this dryer was they bought the kid a dryer. So now the kid is thinking, and then, like 2 days later or a day later, yeah, we need you to drive all the way to Nebraska and back. The kid's thinking, I can't say no. They just bought me a dryer. What kind of asshole would I be if I refused them when they did such a nice, generous thing for me? See how that works? Very crafty, these Amish people are. Sneaky, devious, shady, underhanded. They are not white lighters playing on Team Jesus, despite all their pomp and circumstance, religious ceremonies, church things. They are hypocrites. Fake as the day is long. They will not be in heaven. Yep. So, all of this self-imposed hardship that they're putting upon themselves, horse and buggies and walking around in freaking potato sacks for clothing and being the great unwashed and staying within their own cultistic community and all of this that they believe is hardship for Jesus or whatever they call him. Yeah, it's a waste of time, effort. On Judgment Day, they will be kicked into the lake of fire, burning like a pork roast. I digress. So anyway, Mia stood up to him and said, no. I have plans and they can't be broken. But I don't know what those plans are. Because she does this riddle thing. So is she going to magically show up here? Surprise! Look who's here. Like she did the other day, a couple weekends ago. Yeah, She never told me she was coming to the church. All of a sudden, I see the truck roll into the driveway. I'm like, what the hell? That day that I had her doing the yard work? Mm-hmm. I'm not so sure that's going to happen this weekend, though, because Little Bitters is sick. Yeah, she's doing a lot of puking and shit, and something's going on. So she's probably going to stay home with Bitters. I think I'm going to stay up here, even though it grinds my gears, because I got to be working on that trailer. I think I'm going to have to pull the trigger and take a week's vacation and go down there and just grind on it. I think if I were to do that and I were to get some help from people here, there, whenever they can spare it, I'd be able to get it done. And there's the money aspect of it too. I have to set aside money in the savings account to buy materials to do this. Mm-hmm. So I better think about that a lot today and actually pull the trigger on it and do it. Yeah, if I'm gonna do it. Now we had a big meeting the day before yesterday morning, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday morning. Bert, a bunch of people I don't even know in management. And just us immediate appliance techs. Me, DTR, self-proclaimed best tech in the company, and Daniel Boone were the only. Billy wasn't even there. We were given an update on JC. I think I said this before. They went in open heart surgery for the torn aorta. They fixed that. While they were in there, they saw one of the valves on his heart was defective, malfunctioning. So they replaced that with an artificial valve. During the process and immediately after the process, he started to have kidney failure. So they sedated him heavy, and they put him on kidney dialysis. They saved his life. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be down and out for months. So the meeting yesterday was about the balance of power, how things are shifting in the interim. So this means Bert's going to be a lot more involved in the appliance service nuances. And the interim manager is going to be a guy by the name of Jeff, who's he's another rock star in the company. He's been with us 6 years. Yeah, I remember the day he first started. Super nice guy, very friendly, outgoing, jovial, but he's fake. He's a people pleaser, he's a yes man, and that's why he has climbed to the position that he's at in the short 6 years he's been here. He was hired as the warehouse manager for Central because he had some managerial experience. Apparently he was a rock star in that area, so he got promoted to regional warehouse manager. That's a big deal. And he got promoted to delivery manager as well. Yeah, he's moving on up. So he's in charge of us now. Yep. Temporarily. He doesn't know the first thing about appliances or appliance repair. But he's the guy I have to go to ask for a vacation. So I better think about this today. Do some planning here and make this happen. During this time off, if funding allows, I can work on the guest bedroom here and get that ready for my dad if and when he comes up here to visit the end of August, early September, somewhere in there. So anyway, I think I'm going to do that. But I'm not going down there today or this weekend because of these storms. Yeah. So like I said, I don't know what Mia's going to do. I don't know if she's just going to jump her in a truck and come up here. Little Bitter's being sick like this. She doesn't like to take her anywhere when that happens, understandably, or leave her. Yesterday, Mia went to work, local, running them to different stores and stuff like that. Left Bitters at home, and she came home to a nasty mess all over the house. Poor thing. Such a little sweetheart. Hugs and kisses to her. What was I gonna say? Oh, Amish Mafia has horses, right? One of the 2-year-olds got a little frisky, I guess. Tried to jump a fence. Got its leg caught in the barbed wire when it tried to jump over the fence. And then when the horse drops, falls, the barbed wire wraps. And couldn't get its leg out, so the horse reacts violently, tried to pull its leg out, severely damaged its leg. Unrepairable. A horse, animals in general, to the Amish are nothing. They're tools. What did Mia call it? There's a term for it. I can't remember what it is. Symbiont beings or something like this. I don't know. Some sort of special term. They don't hold animals like we do for pets and stuff like that. They don't hold them in that regard. It's a tool. So they have no problem dispatching an animal if it doesn't serve a useful function anymore. So they tried to work on this horse, fix its leg. Uh, Apparently its leg was almost severed. I don't know how that's possible. They couldn't fix it. So yesterday, they let it out into the field and shot it. So Mia got to witness that. She was there. Then, this is the stupid part. And I'm sorry if this is disgusting, but it bothered Mia, as it should. They have an excavator. Apparently they're allowed to drive this machinery, but they can't drive a car. So they have this excavator machine. They hook the horse up to the bucket on the excavator, and they drag it to the tree line, the timber, as they call it. And they drag it into the brush and they leave it. What? You have an excavator. Dig a frickin' big hole. Roll the horse into the hole. Cover it up. Bury it. What the hell? No, let's drag it to the tree line so it stinks for a month and it's a couple of months and all the scavengers come in. These people are stupid. They don't want predators on their property. They got a problem with coyotes coming in and trying to get into the chicken coop. Weasels, shit like this, and get the chickens. So you intentionally drag a big bait pile out into the tree line where the wolves and the coyotes and the mountain lions and shit like that are going to come to the bait pile, and you just brought them to your property? Idiots. You use the very tool that you can dig the hole and bury the horse with to drag it to the tree line. Just drop it. Just do a drop and go. Oh my God. So Mia got to witness that. She said, though, within a matter of a couple of hours, there was 2 eagles sitting on that deer, or on that horse, feeding. Right there, they had a perfect opportunity to make money. I don't know if you know this, but horses, somehow, I don't know the process, but horses, dead horses, are used to make glue. I heard that somewhere. So if it would have been me, and this incident with the fence happened a couple of days ago, and I knew there was a high probability I wouldn't be able to save this horse, and I'd have to put it down, I would have called a rendering company ahead of time. Said, be on standby. I would have dispatched the horse, had the rendering company come in right away with their truck, drag it up on the truck, haul it away, and get paid for the horse. Stupid. Stupid people. If you saw a picture of them, I think you'd understand. Not the sharpest tools in the shed. But anyway, I digress. So I don't know what Mia's doing today. I don't know if she's going to surprise me and show up here or what. I doubt it. She'll probably take the day to sleep and recover and be close to bitters at home. because Bitters is sick. So once again, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a life partner. I don't have help. Yay me. What's the point? But she did have that Hallmark moment yesterday morning. Can you call me? Right away I'm like, oh shit, what's wrong? That's my first reaction when she says, can you call me? I call her. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? What happened? I just wanted to hear your sexy voice. What? And then she tells me that she loves me when she hangs up the phone. But I never see her or get to spend time with her. What's the point? Pen pals? I don't need pen pals. I need a live-in servant, according to the people that now hate me because they didn't get their way. Clown show. All right, so if I'm going to stay here, I got to formulate a game plan. I'm not doing the trade for the Jeep, right? But I'm 3/4 of the way done with spit shining and cleaning the Jeep. So might as well finish the job. So I'll do that first here. Finish vacuuming it out, wash down the walls, the dash, all that other shit. Clean it up, put it back together. Ugh. But I got my bloodhound, Rob, looking for a truck for me. Mm-hmm. He's good at that shit, man. When he's on the road by himself in his semi at the end of a drive, he sits in his sleeper cab on the internet and trolls Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, looking for screaming deals and stuff for sale. What I told him is I would love to find somebody that wants to do a straight across trade, title for title. Yeah, because then I don't go into debt. Yeah. That's my big focus now that I'm debt free for the most part. I have one little medical bill. The Harbor Freight card needs to be paid off. But other than that, I'm debt free. So I want to stay that way, man. I got an 850 credit score. The highest number you can get. I checked it the other day. I don't want to ruin that by going back into debt to buy a new truck when the trucks are so damn expensive right now. The dealers can't even get them off the lots because the prices of trucks has ballooned into the stratosphere where the average everyday man can't buy a truck. I'm not falling into that trap. Oh, trust me, I would love a brand new off the lot, trouble-free, reliable Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. It's got a warranty. I can take it into the dealer to get it serviced. You know what I mean? I don't have to wrench on it. I would love that. A couple of Sandio cranes flying over the lake. Not making any noise though. But I am not spending $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for a truck and going into debt and having a $500 car payment on top of just barely squeaking by here with my lake house situation and still owning the turd and still owning camp. Nope. So if he can find me somebody that's willing to do a title for title trade, that would be huge. And he's looking. I'll find you a truck. Okay. But I told Frank, I lied. Well, it really wasn't a lie, but it was. That I couldn't do the trade because Mia wants me to keep the truck, the Jeep, because the Jeep is special to her. And that's not a lie. Totally. The Jeep is special to her. That is the first memory she had when she came out of the coma. Oh, here come the weather alerts. Yep. It's about to begin. So instead of just jumping into a vehicle and driving, I now have to consider the repairs that I have to make to the Jeep to keep it drivable. It needs a new exhaust. It needs brakes. It has an electrical problem with the left rear brake light. There was something else too. Yeah, right. Ugh. Oh wow. I think Yahweh, I'm pretty convinced of this, prevented me from making a big mistake. I trust Rob's mechanical expertise. He worked as an ASE mechanic at several different repair garages for many, many years, and he knows his shit. So when he screams at me and says, run away from that engine, I listened. But I think that was Yahweh preventing me from making a big mistake. So thank you, Yahweh. It's just not my time yet to get a truck. Yesterday was the Diva Succubus Mongoose's kids, her twins' birthday. So I got a notification on my phone of this grand event. So I reached out, left a voicemail, a nice one, and told her, tell your kids happy birthday for me. So she did, and she unblocked me and told me that she did that, and they thanked me. But this morning, I go to reach out, and looks like she blocked me again for no reason. She's straight up crazy. And I'm sure there's other people in her Rolodex that she never blocks. Well, I know that. The baby daddy is one of them. Yeah, her excuse is, well, that's the kid's father. I can't block him just in case he has to get a hold of me for something pertaining to the kids. No, the only reason he's pestering and harassing her is because he wants to tap that shit again. He wants her to be his girl again. She loves the attention, though. But, straight up shit show, right? Not wife material for anybody. That's for sure. Anyway, you can't trust her farther than you can throw her. That is all. All right, so it's really getting dark. I'm gonna get off of this vlog here, and I'm gonna open up the weather and see where the squall line is. But it's getting dark fast, and if I'm gonna get out there and finish working on cleaning up the Jeep, I better do that before it starts to rain. And try to formulate a game plan on what I'm going to do here, since I'm going to be staying here. So we'll talk thunder. Talk to you soon.